So, from today onwards, the season 3 of Konosuba begins with Kazuma sitting in a chair remembering how his adventure in this world was going on. There were many stupid things that happened to him, having a weird party, getting assaulted by orc girls, and the most recent one left the most brutal scar in Kazuma's mind. But all in all, he defeated many demon generals, so the girls were fawning over him. Bro tries to play cool, but someone from behind kept poking at him, and the scariest event that happened to him, getting assaulted by a two-sided demon, he saw that person again, so that night, he lets out the scream of despair because of that nightmare, and at morning, Aqua was finding the souvenir they got for saving the Crimson Demon Village, but darkness threw out those empty bottles, so Aqua thought Kazuma drunk all those alcohol, but bro was lost in his thought like a guy who just hits maturity and let out something weird in a nonsense pose. Megumin thought that finally, Kazuma grew up. But the scream and the nightmare again took over Kazuma's body, so they got to the guild and our party were celebrating for winning over Crimson Demon Village, but someone stood behind him, which freaked out Kazuma again. Everyone were shocked to see him scream like a princess, so Kazuma acts cool as nonsense again, and that jump scare was enough to make him choose the path of monk, so Aqua suggested him to serve Order of Axis, but anything aside from that stupid order, he couldn't explain his nightmare in words. I mean, how could he tell them he was near the end of getting molested by something inexplainable? Kazuma thought his time had come to become a man with the girls around him, but the orc lady's incident and the fight with the previous lady demon general who got pole. He had enough with his comedy life, so Aqua hugged him to advise him, but he made up his mind to become a monk. Arakiramono gave him a thumbs up and he asked Luna for the nearest temple, and Luna gave him the map. So Kazuma finally snapped and admits he had a crush on Luna and ran off to leave his adventurer life behind. Girls were trying to convince him to change his mind, but Aqua knew Kazuma would come back by the end of the day, but Megumin thought Kazuma would never return and remembers her good old time with him, but he was still acting like a kid when Aqua provoked him, and he told Megumin to grow up first to talk. She took that insult to her heart and snapped, and so on. The one-shot Megumin used her blast for this stupid reason, so she was out cold and Kazuma refused to carry her, but that soul was still haunting the guy. Then, Darkness was worried if Kazuma could pull all-night watch, but he assured her he could stay awake all night, which got them wondering about his lifestyle back at his home. Kazuma told them he had to raid many enemy places without sleeping. His smirk of confidence got them believe on his nonsense, but Aqua knows he was talking about video games. Then, Darkness and Aqua goes to sleep first while Megumin accompanied Kazuma for a watch. There, Megumin told him she developed her magic this far because of him. She was near 120 points in her power, so she wished to show full 200 points power to Kazuma. He knew himself that becoming a monk wouldn't guarantee his happiness. As for Megumin, she didn't want to change her life. She likes it the way it is. She looked too mature and serious. And there she holds his hand to tell Kazuma she would like him to stay with him and others. That's some very double-meaning thing, plus her hand is on Kazuma's hand, which got to mean she likes him. That's what bro thought, but he calms down and finally changed his mind, but when he wanted to tell Megumin, she passed out, so Kazuma did something to her that made her scream, and the next day, journey continues on to the temple, but they saw a cute little injured girl and stops Aqua from helping her. Bro knew she's a monster in disguise, but this little one. Hard to believe, just looking at her Aqua felt the urge to heal her, but according to the guide, that's what everyone feels when they come across this plant monster. Their Darkness also felt the same sensation, and Kazuma told them the monster would try to seduce them with her smile and tears, and the more pure heart someone, the harder it becomes to leave her. No one heard a single word and went to help out the girl, such a pure innocent-looking girl. But Aqua noticed those bandages were not real, and someone with the right mind tried to tell them the reality again, but who could convince such morons? Girl spoke up this time, which increased the protectiveness of the girls. It was getting harder to commit that sin looking at that puppy dog eyes, so their Aqua advises like a goddess and told Kazuma to always pick the easy choice from options. That's some serious nonsense from a useless goddess, and the little girl apologized them for being alive as a monster. But she was happy to talk to some people. She could barely speak human language, and there she wished to be reborn as a human, which eventually made Kazuma change his heart, so they left her alive and went to the temple. But Kazuma thought of something, and Aqua thought he wanted to take a dump, but he runs back to the girl to ask her not to kill anyone, but he saw Uchiha's words were true, wake up to reality. When he saw the girl's true nature, she was frustrated how she had to let go of those four and started to work on her acting. Kazuma heard everything, and finally understood, life is a lie. She had already killed someone and had him for dinner. And when she lays back, she saw she got caught. She tried to bail out, but heck no. Then Kazuma got back and acted like he did nothing at all. But he did bring the mallet with him after burying the bones. Aqua wanted to have it, but they saw some coins drop down from it. One heck of the luck, so Kazuma changed his mind and comes back to the town to live a lavish life. But there they met Chris as she was passing by, but something was off, and their bro lost his mallet. Luck turns their back on them instantly, but that did bring him back to being an adventurer. So the girls were just fine with that, but there someone comes to their house which gave them a feel of jinx. So both idiots assaulted the old man to kick him out knowing he brought nothing but trouble, so they got punished because he was a butler from Darkness's family. He gave her a letter which made her change her expression, so Kazuma stole the letter because she didn't want to let them know the content. It states that Kazuma and others were invited by Princess Iris after she heard how they defeated many demon generals. So that calls for the second chance in life. But that is where episode 1 ends. Stay tuned to watch more upcoming episode for this anime, and like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe the channel to watch more anime recaps. Till then, take care.